mode, or you can press and it goes to the manual mode. And then when it is in the manual mode, when you press start, this pump is supposed to be going on, and when you press stop, the pump is supposed to go off. Then in the other way around, we have it placed in the auto mode. When it is in the auto mode, now it is going to be controlled by this float switch. So this float switch is going to be having two levels of operation, the low level and the high level. So when the float switch is at the low level, yes, welcome to yet another episode of PLC programming, and as well today I'm bringing you another simple project where we are going to be controlling the tank level. We are filling the tank. We are going to be filling this tank, and when it gets full, we control the pump to go off, and when it gets emptied, we control the pump to be on. And then we want to do this using a control panel that has both options of running automatically and also running manually. So this is how the control panel is going to be. It's going to be having a selector switch that you can put in the auto mode, or you can press and it goes to the manual mode. And then when it is in the manual mode, when you press start, this pump is supposed to be going on, and when you press stop, the pump is supposed to go off. Then in the other way around, we have it placed in the auto mode. When it is in the auto mode, now it is going to be controlled by this float switch. So this float switch is going to be having two levels of operation, the low level and the high level. So when the float switch is at the low level, it will command the pump to go on, and when it pumps, it comes back to this low level. When it reaches the low level, immediately this switch will also again get fired, but it won't trigger this pump to go off until it reaches the high level. So this high level is now going to command this pump to go off again. And when the water is being drawn out of the tank, for some particular moment passes this high level again, it gets fired, and then it cannot again command it to go on until it reaches this low level trigger area. So this is the project we are going to be performing using our PLC. So we are going to be having how many inputs? We are going to have one input for auto, manual, selection. Then we have another input for start. We have another input for stop button. We have another input for low level. And then we have another input for high level. So we have x0 up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, around to x4, x0, x1, x2, x3, x4. Those are the 5 inputs we are having, and then we have only one output, y0, for the pump. So I can also add y1 for the running status, which is going to be showing me either the pump is running or not. So this is the project you are going to have. I've already done for you the simulation. I'm going to design the PLC ladder program, and then I take you through.
So yes, guys, we are yet back into this programming platform. I will take you through the program very fast. As we mentioned, we are going to go to our comment list and we check our input devices. Remember, I told you we are going to have one selector switch that can tell us if you are going to operate in manual or auto mode. Then we shall have the high level sensor and then the low level sensor. All this is performed by the float switch, or you can use limit sensors. And then for the manual operation, we have the start and the stop button. And then for the outputs, we have the output relay of the pump. And then we can put the lighting if we want as well to show the status. So this is the program. In the program, I want to maximize it so as it can be visible. In this program, I first programmed two controls. One control to give me the manual operation and one control to give me the automatic operation. So this the selector switch of the manual and auto. I connected it in such a way that when it is not triggered, the manual operation is going to be connected to the normally closed button. And so when it is normally closed and it is not triggered, that means it will always accept power flow. So if it always accepts power flow and the start button is created over here and connected in normally open, when it is fired, as well as this one is connected in normally closed, that means we can fire the internal relay. This is the internal relay of the PLC. It's not the output like the field output, but it is the internal relay. So after having it here, you realize if someone presses the start and then they release it again, if we don't have this down part, it's gonna turn off the relay again, which we don't want. Since it is a push button that is just press and to come back by itself, we now have to offer latching. We have talked about latching in the previous video. If you have not known about latching, check in one of my previous videos. We did a video about latching itself. So this one, we raise this signal M01 to give us manual operation. So when we go to automatic operation, we have to first fire. We have to first connect this. In the manual operation, I mean, automatic operation, this one has to be normally closed. So to get it to be normally closed, we have to first energize this signal. So when we energize this signal, we want it to operate when the lower level sensor has been also energized, when it has been closed. So when this one is closed, this is the one that indicates that the water is less. So when the water has bypassed the water level, the lower water level, this one will be energized. And when this one is energized, definitely this one is already in normal close, so we shall get the output. So once we get the output here, we want that even when the pump is going on, is on, and it's pumping water, and this one gets in an open condition again, we don't want it to turn off the pump, so we have to offer um, a latching key as well. But then we are going to do interlocking. It is going to pump only until when this high level switch is as well satisfied. So when the high level switch is satisfied and the level of water passes the high level switch, this one will now be fired. It will be on. And when the normal close on is fired to be on, now this one is going to be off. So it will break the circuit and there will not be any power over here. So since I've gotten these two signals of manual and auto, that means whenever there is a manual signal or an auto signal firing the output, I need that output. So I connect them in all conditions. So if manual operation requires me to pump up, to energize the pump, or if the auto signal entitles me to pump water, that means either of the two is gonna be giving me an output here. So as you know, the truth tables of all condition, we shall be getting one. That means we shall be getting energizing here when all the signals here either or. The only signal we are going to get here when it is zero is when this one is zero and this one is zero. So when the automatic and the manual signals are not telling us that they need to be fired, we are not going to be having any output. So I compile this program. Once I'm done with compiling the program, I download it in the PLC. Once downloaded in the PLC, I will just run my PLC, and then I go online. I set it. I set it over here to allow communication, and then this is something that is here. So if you want to check our program, if let's say already it is allowing power over here, that means it is in manual operation. So if I press the start button, this one gets the internal relay gets energized, and once it is energized, the pump is on and the pump is or the indicator is on here. So this is how it's working. Now, if still I want to, and even if you turn it off, it won't turn off. And for here, you have to use the stop button to turn it off. Yeah. So now, me, whenever I want to visualize it very well, I always design the HMI to make you understand properly. And this is my HMI. And in my HMI, I'll just run this screen offline. And when I run this screen offline, this is what I was indicating. Let me just explain a little bit how we want it to be operating. We want this system to be operating in this way that when the water level is down here, in an automatic manner, this switch is supposed to be on. And when this switch is on, the pump has to be on as well, you know. And when the water reaches this upper level, uh, remember when it crosses this level, it will be off, and here it will be on, you know. So this is how we want it to be operating. So, and should be indicating that the pump is in run or in the stop mode. And here we shall be choosing auto or manual. So realize, even if the water is increasing, as long as it is in manual mode, I have to turn on and off the pump using these buttons, not using the sensors. So even if this sensor is sensing water that is down the level, now, this is a sensor that is allowing automatic operation only, so the pump will never go on. So the pump can only go on when we are in manual mode and we are pressing start. That pump will be working and will be showing the run status. And when I press stop, it will be stopping instantly and showing me that the pump has stopped. But when I'm in manual operation, I choose, I'm in automatic operation. Now it is in automatic operation and the water reaches this downer level here, this switch will go on, and when this switch will go on, the water will increase the level, and once the water passes over this level, it will again go off, and the water will keep increasing, increasing. Realize the pump is running and it's indicating the signal over here, and when the water reaches here, this signal will go on, will get fired. When this signal gets fired, the pump goes off. So we start draining the water out of the system. As we are draining, going down this system here, again the sensor will go off. And when the sensor goes off, uh, sorry, I'm sorry, this one was off. So the water is high. So when this signal is high, and we are reducing the water going down, as we go down, you see, when we reach here, it gets fired again. When this one gets fired, the pump still starts running. The water starts increasing. The water starts increasing. It increases. Remember, this one will close it, so it is off. And so when the water reaches up over here on this level, it gets energizing at this switch. And when this switch gets energized, the pump will stop, and the motor will be indicating here it has stopped. So definitely, our system is well working. So you can issue it to a client, and that is our goal. Thank you.